Welcome back to the Afterburner build. Not a lot has been happening, just a lot of bogging and sanding and bogging and sanding and bogging and sanding. Just trying to get everything just right. I've got all the wing saddle and everything sorted out now. I've got all the blending in with the fin all done now. I need to get a coat of primer on this so I can see where I'm going. It's very hard to try and see where you're going. We got different colour bog and bits and pieces on there. It's a lot easier when it's all one colour. And I have got a incidence machine. Asto's kindly lent it to me. Not quite sure how it works, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. That's going to be next. Just had a quick talk to Asto on how to work this incidence machine. I've got it cramped onto my wing. I've got the little sensor there cramped onto there. Well, actually, he did have his alligator clips on there, but he said that they move around quite a bit, so I've grabbed a bit of my double-sided tape and stuck it on there, so that's not going to move on me and give me a false reading when I come to put it on the tail. So what you do is you set it up on there. This is the little meter thing here. It looks very sensitive because that last digit's jumping around all over the place. I don't know why, but anyway. We've got reset on here. So we press that and reset it. Now what we do is we take this apparatus here and stick that on the tail and move it backwards and forwards until we get the same reading on that little dial there, and that should give us the correct incidence. Well, I've got the incidence set up now. Use that machine. Very, very sensitive. Very hard to try and use. It's just it's a little bit too sensitive, I think. But I did set it up to that machine, and then I've checked it the old-fashioned way. I've got a straight edge on there. I used the bar that the incidence machine came with because that sits absolutely parallel to the wing. So I've lined all that up with the bar. So I know that bar is parallel to my wing, and did the old-fashioned measuring. I've got I can't really see there, I've got a couple of marks on the left-hand side of the fin there, which I was measuring from, because the fin doesn't sit straight every time you put it back on. So if you measure it from the same spot each side, you get an accurate measurement, and it is within half a mil, which actually it's probably a little bit less than half a mil. It's pretty well spot on, so we'll go with that. Now I'm happy with where the tail sits. I've just mixed up some bog and put it on the top there. I'm just going to set the tail onto it now. I've set the tail on the bog. I've set a bar on the wing so it's absolutely dead level. I've checked it with the level on the bar to the fin. The fin's all straight, but unfortunately it's about probably 5 mil out. So I've got to take the elevator back off and redo it so that it sits straight. Oh, the joys of building. Very carefully ground off the bulk and put some more on there, and now when you line everything up, I'm quite happy with how that's sitting. So there we go. Hopefully that will be fine. Once that bulk's gone off, I'll put a bit more of a cove underneath there for the stabiliser to sit on, and yeah, so I can get some bolts. I've got to sort out some bolts and everything to go in there yet, which I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but we'll take a trip to the bolt shop and find out. I've brought the plane outside just to try and see what it's actually going to look like. Getting to the stage now where it's nearly ready to start to prime and get ready to mould, and I just want to make sure that to me it actually looks right. I know the boom's a little bit longer than what a normal 2 metre should have, but hopefully it will help track in the DS, because that's what it's mainly going to be used for. It's not going to be a front side plane at all, just solely DS. So that's what she looks like. With the boom being a little bit longer too, it's going to allow me to, in the future, if the airflow goes well, is to make a 2.5 or even a 3 metre wing for it. While the bog is still hanging on to the elevator, I've just gone round and glue coved right around the edges of it. So now when I pull it off, I've got a good bed there for that elevator to sit on. Also, I'll leave that on the back there. I'll leave that and mould it as it is, and after it's moulded, I'll 45 the back of the stabiliser or the fin, so my push rod neck can come through onto the elevator. That should work out quite well.